Hey,
What?
let somebody hear me out. The finals has released. I've been in a gaming slump, figuring out what I want to make content on, videos, game, grind, all of the good stuff. Thus came the finals. I played the living heck out of the beta, and now we got full release. Now I'm a light build player. I've been seeing a lot of guides on which build is best, so we're gonna be going over all 3 abilities and their best kits to go with it, with some gameplay and breakdown. If you like the video, like it. If you love it, make sure you are subscribed. I live stream on Kick, and I would love to see you there. Ready? In this video, we are going to be going over the light build primarily. Now, I want to do a specialization type of video for the 3 different specializations. I've seen people make the best light builds and the best things that might work, but you don't know why. So I wanted to go into more detail for each specialization, weapon and gadgets that would go with it, and why it works with some gameplay and breakdown. Okay, so my favorite one is going to be the evasive dash. It's so much fun to play. You definitely feel the most cracked out with it. It is one of the hardest ones, I would say, out of the 3, but by the end of this video, you are absolutely going to know why it is the best and how to utilize it and how broken it is. So with the evasive dash, we are going to be running the XP54, the vanishing bomb, the stun gun, and the glitch grenade. Now, I do play tournaments and I play ranked tournaments. The only difference between the 2 is that there is one more round added in ranked tournaments, and you cannot change your loadout in ranked tournaments. So when I am running ranked, this is primarily the loadout that I'm going to be using: the MP5, the vanishing bomb, stun gun, and glitch grenade. So you might be asking yourself why. Well, in the beta, the V95 pistol was actually the most used weapon and definitely the strongest. Since the beta has been released and now the full game, they did nerf the pistol pretty significantly. So I would definitely say the most consistent gun to get you the most results is going to be the XP54. We are going to be using the vanishing bomb because you will notice in the other video that I post for the invis and the cloaking device for the specialization, invis is so incredibly strong. I am trying to utilize both movement with the evasive dash as well as the surprise element with the vanishing bomb. Now, obviously, using the cloaking device as your specialization, you will have it for a longer duration as well as more recharge time. So the vanishing bomb is much more of a, I'm literally about to make a play going invis and I need to pop this now. The stun gun is hands down the best gadget for light builds. It is pretty cheap, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you get stunned, it is incredibly difficult for you to try to kill the person that stunned you, which is why it is so important to play as a team. Lastly, we're gonna be using the glitch grenade. I've noticed that in the higher ranked games and the sweatier lobbies, you're going to see heavies running the bubble, running the shield, mediums running the gadgets, running the turret, running the trophy system, just giving you a lot of obstacles just to either take a point, win a cash out, win a vault, or just simply a 3v3. The glitch grenade turns it back into a 3v3 fight. Regardless of whatever your other 2 teammates are doing, this opens up the fight where there's less gadgets and obstacles in your way, and you can open up the fight into a gunfight. Some of this might be obvious, but I have learned a lot since putting a lot of time into this game. Your responsibility is to be a harasser. You need to stay healthy for your team, because if there's a moment where somebody might be half shot, your medium or heavy gets this guy down to 1 shot, and you are out of the play, you can easily get back into the play and finish that enemy. Now, the capabilities of this kit is incredibly diverse, which is completely the objective. Without taking a fight that completely gets you dogged on, you can go into a point, try to 1v1 a heavy. The point I'm trying to make is that you're going to be a harasser, and then once that harassment has worked and you are slowly winning the tide of the fight, being able to secure that 1v1 with either a stun, going invis, or a dash into a weak opponent is your objective as a light player. The MP5 kind of does have a interesting recoil pattern. It does go up and to the right, so whether you're on controller or mouse and keyboard, just remember that when you are pulling down to control the recoil, you also need to pull to the left.
Let's get
I got 2 mediums on my team. It should be a little bit easier. For some reason, I'm getting stuck with the all-light team.
Darkness descends and fog has crept into the arena.
The high notes are back and ready to drop some explosive beats.
What you see me doing here is just setting up the point for success. setting up for a worst case scenario. If we get pushed and there's nothing that we can do, they end up winning a fight. You have these gas grenades that will be on the point that you can either shoot, detonate, or they might just explode by themselves. That way it does save you more time while the teams might be cooking in the gas. Piggybacking on my last point about setting the point up for success, outside of just having canisters surrounding the point itself, just making sure as the light player that you set up extra lines of sight. That's why the breaching charge is actually very, very strong on light. Maybe not for damage, but for opening different areas to peek through, because you cannot take a full 1v1 every single time.
The jet setters are leading the way.
The recipe for success here is going to be using a vanishing bomb, hopefully into a stun and securing a kill. Now that doesn't always work out, so just being able to gauge the situation and peek different lines of sight without taking damage is the usefulness of a vanishing bomb. Here you see me use a glitch grenade on the turret to get it down and then shoot it out.
Pocketed our first cash out. The ultra rares have just completed a cash out.
Here I'm going to have both vaults actually spawn right next to each other. The other teams are actually on the other side of the map, including my own. I did get away, I got a dash away, and I knew that the objective was paramount, so I ended up starting 3 and 4 at the same time. As I'm trying to cross the map, both of my teammates are dead. I have to avoid a team wipes, and I have the vault money, so I'm going to try to start a cash out, and they will spawn on me and start setting up their gadgets.
Moment of high tension here as the ultra rares are stowing away a cash box. Cash out started.
Something important to note is as a dash player, you have the most mobility, but in a lot of cases, you have the worst getaway. An invis player can go invis and immediately break line of sight and sit in a corner while the enemy is still standing right in front of them. Grapple hook players have the easiest getaway because they can take immediate height. With having 3 dashes, I try to only use 2 when fighting. 2 rule of thumbs is that you must always try to save a dash to get out of a fight. The other rule is to never dash into a fight. Very much like a Wraith Q in Apex Legends, you're never going to be using her Q to go into a fight. It is always your get out of jail free card.
A high-flying heist as the jet setters steal a cash out.
Fuck. We end up winning that first round by a lot, so now we are going into the second round with my 2 medium teammates.
And with that comes plenty of noise and distraction. It might be wise to head indoors.
Some construction work in the arena means that our contestants will see a different landscape. Something to think about when building defenses.
So with only 1 minute left in the second round, you can see that we are in very last place, and we need to secure 1 cash out. I'm going to walk you guys through the ending of this game and how I actually clutched this for us to put us into the finals.
Will need to come back from that wipeout.
Teamwork is crucial in our tournament match.
We get the steal, but both teammates are dead. My objective here is to hold sight and worry less about rezzing. As soon as somebody tries to steal, I need to be there and ready at different angles. Less than 1 minute left. Both teammates dead again. I'm waiting for cooldowns on my invis bomb as well as my stun gun. I have a great line of sight while also staying protected and just trying to make sure that if anybody touches it, I'm going to have to stop it.
Left for our contestants to change the game.
It's a one-of-a-kind comeback from the ultra rares.
Folks, the steamrollers have paved their way straight into the final round.
And the ultra
That was a big
rares will
round.
aim to prove that a second-place finish was just an anomaly in our upcoming two-team clash.
This fight is why dashes are so strong. Closing the gap on weak teammates, breaking line of sight, and trying to be everywhere all at once.
Steamrollers are rejoining the match.
Enemy spotted! Up there!
Let's get airborne.
These two previous kills were actually a really good example of kind of being a harasser and being a second line of defense. The first kill, my teammate had a 1v1 and I was there immediately to help him. On the second kill to get the team wipe, instead of going directly onto the platform, I create an off angle and take away any sort of cover that the enemy has. After winning the first cash out, we need to secure the second one to secure the tournament win. And let's see how this plays out.
That's a proper steal.
Scotty, stealing is a good way.
We got this. Easy money. Orange team actually ended up securing that second cash out, and they're about to start the last one. This is 10,000 to 10,000. If you've not played a tournament mode, it's the first one to 20,000, each cash out being 10 each. The moving platforms are a very difficult cash out to retake because it is constantly moving, and trying to set up is difficult. But we're gonna see with this play here is why lights are the GOAT. Fuck.
An awkward moment for the Steamrollers. Team wiped. Now that...
GG's, boys. Good job.
All out of time. Unbelievable determination from the competitors.
Love to see it, baby.